Recorded. Okay, thank you everybody. Happy New Year to everybody. Pembroke Hapus Newydd. Just thank you all for attending this first meeting of 2026. I'm quite keen to get through the agenda tonight because I know everybody, I'm sure, is quite keen to get home with the early New Year and the New Year's blues. So if we make a start with point one on the agenda, just to explain as well, I'll be chairing this evening because Will is a bit indisposed. So anyway, so if we go on to point one, apologies for absence. Any apologies for absence?
Four apologies, Chair. I have Councillors Dave Lewis, Tim Zhu, Francesca O'Brien and Will Thomas, as you just said.
Okay.
Sorry, can I add in Rebecca Fogarty? She did email you, Ian.
Okay, apologies for that. I'll add, thank you, Carrie.
Okay. Bev is in the lobby, Ian, just so you know.
Hello.
Oh, sorry. Did I press the wrong one?
Ian, he's thrown that out. Well, then. Okay, if we move on to point two, declarations of interest.
Chair, I have one. I have agenda item 15, the pensions strategy as an employee.
And myself as well, Chair. Items 15, 16 and 17 about the pension fund. I already receive a pension from my former job and I'm a member of the pension fund via this council.
Okay, Ian, Bev.
I'll get it right this time, sorry.
It's the admit one. Pam, you wanted to say something?
Yes, I don't know if my chat message got through. I may not be able to stay until the end of the meeting. I'll try and stay, but I may not be able to.
Okay, thank you for letting us know that, Pam. Any other declarations of interest? Sarah, so you...
Yeah, I haven't got the agenda in front of me because for some reason I can't open it. But I believe there is a point where we'll be talking about grants for the buzz in bloom and weeding, and I've got an interest there, Chair.
I don't think that's there, Sarah, to be honest, but I'll just check.
Okay, that's fine. Then
Okay.
Absolutely discard that one.
Okay, okay. Thank you for that. So if that's the case, can we get rid of that box?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Just so we can see people. Thank you very much for that. Okay. Trying to get in. Okay, so if we go on to item 3 then, about public participation to anything that's on the agenda. I can't see any members of the public, with maybe the exception of Bev. But is there any member of the public that wants to come in at this point? This is Bev. Yeah, she's an employee. Yeah, contractor. Okay, so if that's the case, we'll move on to item 4, which is to approve the minutes of the full council meeting held on the 9th of December. You'll find those in your pack. Quick long load of minutes. Carrie.
If Ian hasn't read Rebecca's email, she did. Sorry, we just get this echo.
Put Phil's on mute.
Thanks. Yeah, there is a couple of corrections to be made on the minutes in terms of the declarations of interest. If you look under, it says that Councillor Rebecca Fogarty and Councillor Helen Nelson are school governors at Cloynderw, but they're not. They're parents. It's under declarations of interest. And also, I believe Councillor Fogarty as well said that the interest in the Underhill items, it was a personal and prejudicial because she's a member of cabinet. I think that was all. I think those were the ones. I think I've got it right. But we're still on mute.
Yeah, you're all right. Thank you very
Thank
much
you.
for that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, same declarations of interest. I also declared a personal interest because of my involvement with Newton Athletic. It's got Councillor O'Connor that has put my name down.
Yeah, you just.
So I declared an interest as well.
Okay, can that be noted as well, Ian?
Yes, certainly.
Any other issues now with the minutes?
Oh,
I'll
sorry,
go
I
through
think
that.
there was one other. It might be correct, but I wasn't sure. Under review of fees and charges, Austrian Centre and Underhill Hub, it refers to the fee for residential use of the all-weather pitch. It doesn't sound quite right. It's on page 5, top of page 5.
What do you feel it should?
I don't
be?
know because, but it residential doesn't. I mean, nobody's living there. I mean, presumably it was whatever was on the original document that itemized the fees. I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know. It might be residential. It just seemed odd to me.
I think what happened here was that I'd done the report, but Kerry at the meeting made some slight amendments to it. So if we can speak to Kerry when she's back, and then we'll find out what that amendment should be. It doesn't sound right, so I think it probably does need amending.
That's what I was going to suggest. We'll review it, have a
Yeah,
look at
that's
it.
fine. I say it was purely a query because it just sounded odd.
That's the thing. So if that could be noted and checked. Okay, I'll quickly go through the minutes, sheet by sheet. So sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4, sheet 5, sheet 6, sheet 7, sheet 8, sheet 9. That's it, really. So if that's the case, can I put those minutes forward to be approved by council, please? Rob? Yeah. Okay. Do that then. So now if we move on to point 5, to approve the minutes of the second special council meeting held on the 16th of December. Okay, again, these are in your packs. The points to raise, I'll go through them again, sheet by sheet. Sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. That's it, short of the minutes there. So if that's the case, can I put those to council to be approved? In favour, Ian? Okay, Richard. Anyway. Okay. So we're moving on to point 6 then, which is the chair's report. Well, the chair is indisposed, so we haven't got a chair's report. So have we got a chief officer's report?
No, sorry, Chairs, can we defer that till next month?
Okay, that's it. So we're moving on quickly to point 8, which is the financial report. Paul?
Yeah, thank you, Chair. I won't go through into any detail because obviously it's the same format as usual. So there's a few pages of payments split between the council, Austrian and Underhill. Total expenditure just over 88,000. There's the purchases on the credit card for the month. There's the income that's been received in December, including the third instalment of the precept. So it's over 338,000 received. The bank balance is as at 10th of January, healthy, just over 900,000. And 2 bank transfers are made from the savings account into the current account to meet payments. And the budget monitor report to the end of November shows that we spent 53.5% of the budget to that date. So Emmy's got any questions on what was in the report?
Okay, Carrie?
Yeah, there's just a couple of things. I just wondered what they were. I just didn't recognize them. That's why. The first was on the first page. Underhill Changing Rooms mural, £805. I just wondered where that had come from.
It's been funded from Will's Councillor's Individual Fund.
Okay, lovely. Right. And sorry, there's a couple more. Then on the second page, there's various fees coming to £800 odd for Christmas hampers.
That's for the West Coast Pantry.
Right. Got it. Yeah.
Received from Swansea Council.
Lovely.
Okay.
And the final one is we are still paying vast amounts of money to Empower for a non-existent Christmas tree. It's now gone up to £77.93. And you said it was a standing charge, but it seems a ridiculously high amount of money for us to be paying for something that is there for 4 weeks a year.
Yeah, it is. It does seem high, and it is something that I'm going to contact them and try and find out what we can do about it.
Yeah.
Until the budget's out of the way at the end of the month, then after that, I'll be able to concentrate on some of these things as well.
Yeah.
So it
Might be worth having a look and see if there's another supplier that would be more reasonable.
Okay, thank you for that.
Okay, thanks very much.
Any other questions in relation to the financial report? If not, then I'll go on to point 8.
Sorry, can we go through the recommendations?
No, that's what I was just going.
Oh, you are, sorry, all right, okay. There you go.
That's point 8.
Yeah, sorry.
Recommendation. So point 8 is the recommendations that the payments made by the RFO in December 2025 are retrospectively approved. All those in favour of that? Thank you very much. B, the budget monitoring report of the 30th 11th 2025 is approved. All those in favour of that? Thank you very much. Point C, to retrospectively approve bank transfers made between Mumbles Community Council bank accounts for December 2025. All those in favour? Thank you very much. Okay, so then, you happy with that?
Yeah, that's fine, that's great, thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you very much. Then if we move on to point 9, report from the Chair of the Finance Committee.
Nothing to report. We didn't have a meeting last month.
Okay, so that's the thing. Report from the Chair and the Environmental Committee.
Similarly, we didn't have a meeting, but just to say that our new Environmental Engagement Officer has now started, and I'm meeting with her on Thursday. Her name's Mary, and her surname escapes me, but yeah, so that's really good news that she's in post, and hopefully, you know, we can catch up on various things that have been put on hold. And secondly, just to remind people, our Repair Cafe is now open every month. On the last Friday, there was the most wonderful array of things, including a barometer, a Christmas tree, a bike, a bag, you know, just anything really that came through the door got fixed, and some very happy customers went away with their belongings fixed. So please remember it. Next one is Friday the 13th of February. So, you know, do bring your broken bits and pieces down, and they will hopefully be fixed.
That's
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Carly. That's an easy day to remember, Friday the 13th. And I hope
yeah, absolutely.
Okay then, so if that's the case then, if I move on to point 11, report from the Chair of the Culture, Tourism and Communications Committee.
Yeah, we didn't have a meeting in December either. And
Be quiet time for December,
it's a
yeah.
report.
Okay. Report from the Chair of the Community and Social Development Committee.
Yes, thank you, Chair. I would just like to report that the offensive graffiti at the skate park at a cost of £2,600 has been removed, and rather sadly, it was no sooner done and it's been vandalized again. Free Palestine. I don't know the correlation there with the skate park. Anyway, I spoke to Kerry about it, and she used her executive power to have the offensive material removed. The cost was reduced considerably because the product that was used was left over from the previous job. I don't think council are aware, or maybe some might be. There was a meeting between the clerk, Professor Lela Nouri and myself with regards to the vandalism at the skate park in the form of graffiti. She has a scheme and it's called Flip the Streets Project. And she would be happy to work with us on that project, and alongside Fresh Creative, who are the company that do the artwork on the BT boxes. Also, invite the Community Safety Partnership to join in, and the skateboarders. There would be about a 3-month turnaround, and it would be at no financial cost because Professor Nouri has a grant from the City Council. So anyway, I've had a recent email from Professor Nouri asking whether we're ready to go ahead on the project. And when the clerk is back in, we'll have more to report on that.
Okay.
I'm sick at the moment, I think. Or leave, compassionate leave.
Okay, Pam?
Nobody knows anything about this apart from the 3 people who went to the meeting. I have no idea what they're talking about. I have no idea what it entails, what it encompasses. Can we ask these people to come and talk to full council, please? And to talk to all of us so we all know what's going on before any decision is made about going ahead with anything, because we have no idea what people have been talking about. So I wonder if she could come to full council and talk to us, or come to the committee and talk to us, and we could record it and then put it out to full council, and we could take a vote on it and decide what we want to do rather than just having it steamrolling ahead. Is that okay?
Well, if I could just come back, please, Chair. The Chief Officer did speak to you about this at a previous meeting, highlighting what was involved. So I don't see why you seem to be in the dark now.
It isn't up to me, and it isn't up to 1 or 2 people to decide what to do. It's up to full council to decide what to do. There was there was a small briefing, and it didn't really go into details, but I think full council needs to know what this entails before we make a decision. And it's not just up to the clerk and a committee chair. I think we all need to know what we're all talking about before we go ahead with any decision to have anything done.
Okay.
That's the way this council works.
Yeah.
Yes, well, I'm fully aware of how the council works, thank you.
Good.
The thing is that it will be decided by full council. It will be decided by full council.
Well, who's given a full presentation on what this exactly and what it all encompasses then?
Okay, Pam, can I give
Thanks, Chair.
Let me ask for this to come to February council. I think that's fair enough.
Yeah. We'll definitely go to
Yeah. So if the recommendation is going forward that this comes to February council for
Thank you.
all the council to be informed of this, okay?
Thank you.
You know, it's a real shame, isn't it, that after that came off, there was more graffiti back on, and because there's graffiti around the bank outlet thing, you know, the sort of payment machine nearby, there's quite a lot of graffiti in that kind of area. Just what can we do as councillors to kind of get the message out that we're spending thousands of pounds removing this just to the community?
I wanted to ask a question on this because, like, I have noticed, particularly of late, and I'm sure it hasn't gone the rest of you have as well, is that there are around Swansea, particularly with what's happening with the trial with the Filton group, and obviously the events that have happened there worldwide, that there is this graffiti springing up in various places. Is a lot of this graffiti related to that, to the Palestine and the Filton trial?
Nothing like that previous at the skate park. Graffiti has been an enormous problem in the city of Swansea, and Flip the Streets has enabled the amount of graffiti to be reduced, because what they do, they target certain areas, and the people that are involved in whatever it is they do in specific areas, they buy into the scheme, and it's all done very professionally. It's not just this tagging nonsense. It's proper, properly managed and so on. So it is. It's something that's certainly worth exploring. Dare I say that I said years ago this was going to happen, and it has happened. But at that juncture, it was said, well, MCA, they'll sort it all out. They will manage the park. But of course, they're no longer involved. So we are looking for ways to try and reduce this problem, one of which is the installation of a camera, which we have discussed. And Councillor Erasmus, you may well laugh, but you were at that meeting as well. So, you know, for you to say...
Excuse me, please don't make comments about me in the meeting.
Can we keep away from the personal digs and all that?
Yeah, there's no need for that. There's no need for that, and it shouldn't be allowed.
And also, we can discuss this. As I said, we'll bring it to the full council in next February, and we can explore it. Sarah?
Thank you, Chair. Well, yes, the graffiti is a disappointment, but on the other hand, it's still a well-loved sports facility, which is well used. I don't have a problem with Flip the Streets doing something to it and doing something decorative. That might help. Anything that helps would be good. But really, to just say, sit there and go, well, I told you in the past, I'd much prefer the skate park still be there, even with a bit of graffiti on it, than not have it at all, because I know how much good it's done for the well-being of the young people in the area. Thanks.
It's very sad that by New Year's Day, the graffiti had all been cleared off by, you know, the people that we had commissioned as council to do it. I drove past and commented to Sarah about the fact it was so nice to see it looking lovely and shiny and clean again. By 4 o'clock that afternoon, when I drove back on New Year's Day, bearing in mind it was a sunny day, the Free Palestine graffiti had been put on that marker wall in broad daylight in front of people that were using the park. Now, the PCSOs have commented to myself and Sarah that this isn't necessarily skaters or people that usually use the park, because this same tag has been done all the way along the prom from Swansea Centre all the way along. You know, I really hope that, you know, the users of the actual skate park themselves, the people that frequent it, see the fact that we've made attempts to keep it clear, to keep it clean. You know, I went down and did a bit of scrubbing, unfortunately to not much use, before Christmas, which is why we got it professionally cleaned. But actually, even whilst I was there for, half an hour to an hour, testing all the different surfaces out, the number of people that walked past and said, thank you very much, great job, great park, nice to see the language being funded. We know the community wants it to be lovely and tidy. I think that the skateboarders, the majority of them appreciate a safe park to go and play in. They don't want to see offensive stuff there either. So I think it's good that we can move forward with something. And yes, I'd very much like to see the full.
Okay, and I'm bringing it, but I am quite keen to move on this stuff.
Yeah. Well, just finally, there have been three forms of graffiti. There's been the tagging, and then we've had the Palestine, Free Palestine. It just seems to be rolling into one thing after another. The problem is, as far as I'm concerned, we're hemorrhaging money here. It is a big problem. The city councillors, the mumbled city councillors, have had meetings with the police. There's been a lot going on in the background, and there may well be something else, come from that. But I just thought it might be an enlightening information to pass on to the council. So, but all that to be said that they don't know anything about it. It's not good.
Okay, but anyway, we'll discuss this at the next meeting. But as I sort of said, I've seen this ourselves. I've seen that outside St. Helens cricket rugby ground, where the graffiti was cleaned off one day, the next day it just reappeared. Yeah. And we still see a thing, as they said, with the pre-Palestine stuff and the Gilpin Trail at the moment. Seems to be a bit of pain around Swan or graffiti, and so it's not an issue, a problem. This skateboard park, it seems to be a problem throughout Swansea, and we'll hopefully discuss this about the specifics of the skateboard park at the February meeting. Okay, well, thank you for that then. So if we move on to committee recommendations, I don't think we've got there. So then if we move on to, I haven't got it in, I'll get to read it earlier on today. Very interesting reading, I thought. The Mumbles Community Council public consultation results. As I sort of said, I read it earlier on today. I found it very interesting. I thought there was a lot of information that will help us take things forward. So before I go on, can I make a way around to people who want to say things? Laura?
I was just wondering, I was reading it yesterday. Some of the questions had like space for open answers.
Yeah.
I can't see those.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Right.
Oh, right. You're just agreeing, not.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. Yeah. I couldn't understand that. That was
I can see them. It would just be interesting to see some of those responses if that's possible.
I think what the report shows is anything that could be put into a graph.
Yeah.
So with those like free form things that aren't appearing, the questions are showing, but but I think that should be made available.
Yeah, and to be honest, I think this is just as well really the preliminary report. Just to give us, the flavour, the feel of what was coming out from there. But as I said, I found it very interesting. The big thing I found it very heartening as well, because I think sometimes we think everybody in Mumbles maybe hates us, but obviously they don't.
I sent it out quite a lot. I put it on a lot of groups, and I only had one kind of negative comment.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And that's what I would say. Just generally, it was very positive. Okay, not everybody was singing our praise 100%, but generally it was pretty positive.
Is it worth pushing it out again in January, because it's still quite low in the amount of people that have engaged in it, the numbers?
It is quite low. Have you got any thoughts on it? Kerry's got any thoughts on that?
She had mentioned that. I think what she's looking to do now is to move it forward fairly quickly so it can be adopted in the new financial year.
I just think it's such a low amount of people. You think if it was a good few thousand people that interacted with the consultation for the tennis courts.
Well, there is that. The only thing I can say is, engagement with these sorts of things do tend to be low, and we have got to draw the line somewhere. Carrie?
Yeah, Laura's actually answered one of my questions, which was, is it possible to see the open questions? That section obviously isn't included in the report. But just to say briefly, I was at both the school consultations, one at Whitestone, one at Oystermouth, and they were absolutely fantastic. The children came up with such good ideas and ideas that we can easily put into effect. They weren't, some of them were, you know, things obviously that were way beyond our budget or our ability, but it was fantastic to see that they were coming up with some really practical ideas, and it was reassuring to see that they were as concerned about their safety in terms of keeping cars down, keeping speeds down, making sure that roads are safe for the children to cross as they were in having fun things to do. So I just thought I'd throw that in. It was really worthwhile, and both the schools said, are we going to do another one next year? So I think it's definitely something that we should do on an annual basis. And hopefully the responses will be noted as part of our budget setting, because obviously there's no point in doing this if we then just completely ignore the answers.
Yeah, one of the things I've been talking about for years is participatory budgeting, which was something which was in this before. And one of the things I thought was very interesting, people definitely didn't say no, but they just wanted to have more information about it. Because I think there's a lot of scope to be had. As I said, it's something I've been on about personally for years. So echoing what Carrie just sort of said, I think we've got to draw the line somewhere, but maybe this is something that we could think about doing on a yearly basis, because the more that we consult with our community, hopefully the better we will be in fulfilling their needs. Pam? You're on mute, Pam.
I thought of something I needed to ask Paul. I wonder if you could allow me to come back in sometime when you've finished with this section, please.
Okay.
So, yes, I was really glad to see this on the agenda. I had the same thought of you as, oh, where's all the other information? So I completely understand it's just interim because it only closed literally on 7th, didn't it?
This is it.
So when I used to volunteer with MCC, we used to have a plan, a community plan, which Urban Founded put together for the council before I was officially involved, which I thought was excellent. There was a lot of money being spent on it, and it was an excellent document. And I've always felt sad that that document didn't have any real status. Yeah. It didn't inform, it's when I joined the council, it didn't really seem to me to inform anything properly. So I think whatever comes out of this, that we need to have, I would like to see us have a long-term plan, at least a plan to the end of all of our terms, because I think we live from year to year. Our plans are developed really through the committee budgeting process, which is, I think, is a bit of a free-for-all, may I say. So I would like to see us with a longer term plan based on these results, which enable us to kind of collaborate and work towards some shared aims.
Yeah. Well, I think very much the case of to be honest, that community plan, I know it was done some time ago, but I think there's a lot of things in there which are still relevant to this day, to be honest. And I think one of the things that maybe we should think about is looking at the findings that we've got from this community consultation, linking them into some of those things, community plan.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, and that's been an ongoing process which has been going on for nearly 10 years now.
It gives us longer term projects to work collaboratively on, not just kind of annual budget.
Yeah, and I very much agree with you. And it's almost like a structural problem, if you ask me, of the way that the community council operates. Is exactly what you sort of said. When it comes to the budget setting, it's like a bug fight, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that doesn't lend itself to a strategic approach. But 100%. So anyway, I'll talk about this in what I think we should be doing next. Any other points, questions?
I was just going to make a very quick point. I think if we put this out in the summer, we'll get a slightly different answer for the Christmas lights question. It was just seeing this come out at a particular time. I think we need to collect data over the course of the full 12 months. I know that point's been made that we need to use this again, but we need to have a sort of a rolling program.
Yeah, I think you're right. Of ages, because it does show that nobody uses most of the facilities in the area either, just because it's voters. However, a lot of people do use them. They have a public skate park and
yeah, well, the Underhill is a green space, isn't it? Really? I think that's the point really that they're making. That it probably it's more used as people just walking through there and walking their dogs and stuff like that. I know that, you know, but it's different sections as well, isn't it?
I think just having had a quick scan of it, I think this tells us a lot about how we can improve our surveys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In the future, by what's not said in it.
Yeah. And to be honest, I think this is another thing with anything like this. We need to look at it. I think I've talked about this in the past. We need to look at it. You know, who did we engage with? Who did we not engage with? If we didn't engage, say, with a certain demographic in the community, why did we engage with it and come up with strategies that's maybe to engage with that demographic?
Shows you we don't get everything right. We
Yeah.
get a lot of things right.
Yeah.
More right than wrong. An example is the fund days.
Yeah.
And that 50% of the people said they used them.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing.
No, look, well, there's, I mean, I was just saying, just in general, you know, I think we can, this is a very sort of positive report. Yes, you know, there's this whole sort of thing. It didn't engage with all that many people, but I think just in general, the fact that it didn't come back with everybody saying, well, you're completely utterly useless, you know, wasted space. I think that's something that we can take heart from.
We did get stronger.
Exactly. Because I don't know about you, but sometimes when you see people on social media, you think, you know, that's the general feeling in the community. Like, but obviously it's not. Like, so I think that we can take heart in that. Any other points before, and I'll come back to you, Pam, about the thing with Paul in a bit. If not, I'll go on to the recommendations. But one of the things I was going to say that members take note of the outcome of the results. I think we're all in favour of that.
Yeah.
To use the results to form the vision and purpose statement of council. Now, what we're going to propose is that we develop a working group with interested councillors, hopefully representing the different committees we've got across here, to come up with an action plan of how we take this forward. You know, maybe relating it to the community plan that we've got.
Yeah, I understand what you say. I don't think the whole vision plan could be created on 182 people.
Oh, no. No.
People taking part in it.
And I don't think that's what I've been proposing really, but using this, it's not hard and fast evidence, this, but it's indicative of what, it's indicative of, you know, what a consultation exercise. I don't think even if we had, you know, a wider consultation of this, it would be wildly different. I could be wrong, but you know, that's what I'm hypothesizing.
I think it's a fair sort of snapshot of views. And we're never going to get 10,000 people replying. And as Martin said, there's no reason to think that those 183 people are not reasonably representative of the Mumbles community as a whole.
Yeah. Okay, Sarah, and then Richard, Ian.
Yeah, I think, Chair, that the main thing we can take from this, and it is a positive, like you said, if people absolutely despised what we were doing, they would find their way on there and let us know in vast amounts, because that's how social media works. So the fact that we've had a lot more positives and we haven't had negative is a big sign we're on the right direction. I mean, what we've just got to do now is finesse what we do and keep doing it. Thank you.
Sarah, my professional career, a professional researcher, people, when you ask them something, tend to get out the negative more than they do the positive, as just a general. So the fact that just generally this is pretty positive, I think is something we can take heart from.
Very quickly, Chair, I think this is, it's very parochial. Question number 29, what is your connection to Mumbles? And 85% lived in Mumbles. And the nearest thing to it was I work in Mumbles, and that was 10%.
Yeah.
So I think it's very representative of the community.
Yeah. Well, And then,
Just wanted to try and reassure councillor really. I think involvement should always be ongoing.
Yes.
We want to ask the same questions every year because people will just say go away.
it's not an event, it's a
Yeah,
process.
so we shouldn't sort of see this as the only thing we're going to do and the only thing that's going to inform that exercise. I do think it would be quite useful having that exercise.
Yes.
And we've just got to see this as one of the inputs. And all that we pick up in all of our conversations with the public is just another input to create.
And this is what I mean, and you know, this is what I'm saying, we shouldn't just sort of think, right, we've got this evidence, therefore this is what it's all about. You know, then we look at the community plan, maybe implementing the community plan, but then we go back to the community and sort of say, well, this is what we're doing based on the evidence that we've had. Are we getting it right? Are we not getting it right? You know, this is this whole sort of thing, echoing what Helen sort of said there. And I always sort of say this, it's not an event, it's not a one-off event, it's an ongoing process that we need to build into our activity going forward.
As Barry said, the little jewels that are in there from, you know, all sorts of places. It's just not just the numbers, it's that qualitative, those ideas. We just think, oh, I can do that really fast.
Yeah. So as I sort of said, based on that, going forward, that we develop this working group to implement this vision and purpose statement of the council and decide how we're going to work that forward. In favour of that, and ensure.
Sorry, Chair, do you want to see if there are any volunteers moving forward?
Yeah, have we got any volunteers? I'm quite happy to volunteer on that. To be honest, Helen, Rob, Sarah, Carrie, Laura. Sorry, he's a little bit. Angela, yeah. So we got enough to be going forward there, haven't we? And then, of course, you know, councillors who are not here and anybody who maybe changes their mind afterwards, please let us know. So have you noted those names here? No,
I have, and I'll double check them on the transcript.
Okay, that'd be great. And then ensures its focus and its activities to meet the needs of the community. Okay, we in favour of that? Yeah, that's that. Okay, thank you all for that. As I said, I thought that was very interesting and informative. So then if we go on to SCC Pension Administration Strategy, you've got the documentation. I got to admit, I've had a look at it earlier on today.
Not the mystery.
No. I was going to say, yeah, okay.
What item is this?
This is item 15. Anyway, so I don't. Anybody have any questions on this? Or Paul, have you got anything to say on this?
No, just really.
Just an administration, really.
It just lays out the administration strategy, which is what Swansea Council do as the administrator of the fund, and what the employers do. MCC is an employers because the staff are members of the scheme, and there are about 30 odd, I think, employers. So it just identifies the admin side and how it all fits together.
Okay, any questions? If not, can I move into the vote then? The council confirm that they have read and accept the strategy. All those in favour? Okay, and council approves the chief officer to sign a copy and return it to Swansea City Council. Favour? Okay. SEC Employers Data Retention Policy. I'm taking it, Paul, that this is just a standard data retention policy.
It was riveting stuff.
Yes, it is riveting, but when I got towards the end, I saw that we had to keep payroll information for 15 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not sure what I'll be here in 15 years' time, but we will endeavour. No, we will not endeavour. We will meet that requirement.
Well, listen, there are, you know, there are these things, isn't it, that there's certain rules and things we've got to adhere to. So if that's the case, and then anybody's got any questions, as I said, it's a riveting read. The council confirms that they've read and accept the policy. All those in favour? Council approves the chief officer to sign a copy and return to the chief city council. Okay, thank you for that. And again, similar sort of thing again. Memorandum of understanding regarding compliance with data protection laws. Got anything to say on it?
No, again, all it does is lay out what Swansea Council should do in terms of the data protection and how they hold the data, and similarly what we do as the employer.
Okay, I think it's just protecting us more than anything.
Sorry to interrupt. Would that cover the locking away of certain documents as we used to with the GDPR?
Surely.
We would have to safeguard everything we hold, yes. So I guess it's got to
That's where
whether it's document or hard copy documents.
Okay.
Okay, if that's the case, then can I put this to vote of council? Council confirms it is read and accepts the memorandum of understanding. Thank you. Council approves the chief officers to sign a copy and return to Swansea City Council. Okay. Now, and I know I sort of gone, but Pam, can I bring you back? You had a question for Paul?
Yes, please. Is there anything in the budget to deal with this awful microphone problem that we have? If you budgeted so we can get it right?
There is some money in the budget and we are hoping to get that sorted by the end of the financial year.
Thank you.
Yeah, come on, with the money we got in the budget, come on, Helen.
Yeah, that's why I hate joining online.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah.
But isn't it just as simple as turning this off on mic, or is that just too much of a faff when we're in and out?
I'm sure there must be a better way, and also I'm sure you've been, you know, the quality of the.
It's awful with it.
It's awful.
Yeah.
And to be honest, you know, there's a number of other groups and things I'm involved in, and I attend online meetings, and these are the worst.
Yeah.
I would,
The other way is worse, yeah.
yeah, and I couldn't even dream, I think, of chairing one remotely. You know, so let's have a look at it. Because at one place, I worked for this charity once, and we used to have like a camera that used to go to the speaker, you know, which was really good, and it would direct the mic and everything. Now, I'm not saying I don't know how expensive that was, but you know, this seems quite basic to
I
me.
think the thing is, right,
They're
that-
not even that expensive. They're less, they're a couple of £100. And
Well,
they
we've been
just,
talking
they
about-
pick up the sound and turn immediately to the speaker.
I'm sure we could go. So.
Yeah, it's called Owl Labs.
Yeah,
But we've been talking about this now for over 6 months, probably
I know.
a year. Can we just please
Okay,
go
let
and do
Helen
it?
speak.
Sorry, Helen.
yeah, next ever go on, that's it. So that was, I was just going on the table. So in the interim, it's easy enough. The problem is that Ian is minuting.
Yeah.
So it should be easy enough whether one of us can just be, I mean, I did it next to Will once, because all we need to do is when they're talking online, we just need to mute ourselves.
Yeah.
Ian can't be expected to do that. He's taking minutes. So I'm just wondering, in the interim, can we fix it as somebody just mutes us here when they're trying to get in online?
Okay.
That's a very simple, immediate solution.
Okay, we'll note that at the end. Okay.
That makes sense.
Thank you.
Straight away.
Okay, so next point, and I see Bev is still there hanging on. Poor Bev. Mary Lloyd requests for the stories of Mumbles. Again, all the documentation about what the Mary Lloyd is, I'm sure most people around here know what it is. And then the request for support for purchase of Mary Lloyd Lane. Any questions? Anybody?
Got a sugar goes around.
Sorry, Chair, I have to go.
Can I bring Bev in first, maybe, and then over? Bev, have you got something to say? Are you there, Bev?
Pensions.
Yeah. Sleep. Sarah,
Yes, I was just going to say, Chair, they were an absolute riot when they came to our Christmas quiz. It was tremendous fun.
Yeah.
There were some parents with children from the Sloindale School because, of course, it's an historical, cultural thing which they wanted to see. It's a great atmosphere. I think it would be great if MCC had their own Mary Lloyd on the grounds that we could use it around the orchards because it's not just a Christmas thing or something.
Yeah.
But I'm sure Bev will tell us more about that. So as stupid as it sounds, I think it would be a great investment. We could take it round to schools as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's, fantastic.
Yeah, it's a minimum cost, really. It's not too expensive.
It's tiny, yeah.
Is this like an immediate purchase? Because I had a message from a resident asking if we were wassailing the Klein orchard. And I said I didn't think we had any plans, and I literally had that this week.
Okay, well, maybe we'll have a word with Bev, see what we can do.
I think the moment has passed for this year, but certainly it would be on our timetable for next year.
There's, I was thinking, is there a Mary Lloyd shop? Richard and Emrock.
What's sailing? Isn't that Saxon?
It is Celtic or something.
It's Celtic.
Our heritage centre, don't they, with Simon?
Yeah, I think a brilliant
Yeah,
idea. It's
it was
local
on Saturday, the big wassailing at the Heritage Centre.
at the Gower Festival, Heritage Centre last weekend for their cider festival and cheese festival. Fantastic thing to do. Keep it going. Hugh Whitney Stoll does it for his Yule log if we watch his Christmas special, and I think it's something we could do in parts of the ward with the various spaces we've got in all four parts of all four wards, and it'd be a great thing to do. Let's get it.
Okay, Bev, you wanted to come in now? I noticed you said something.
She doesn't know how to get in.
I don't think. And anyway, Sarah, I don't think.
I'm sorry, I was just going to add that I know that Bev, I was hoping Bev would come up because she actually mentioned to me before Christmas that there was somebody selling one.
Hello, yeah, that is this one. Yeah,
this is the one.
Yeah.
And,
hello, can anybody hear me?
Let Bev do the talking.
Sorry, I couldn't figure out how to answer. I've been doing that since we did it. I'm so sorry. What can I do? What can I say?
Yeah, that's what I mean. You know, pretty much the whole council is in agreement.
Oh, that's brilliant.
That's it. So I was just going to say, I think we may as well just put it to the vote. All those in favour of the Mary Lloyd? Yay!
Yay!
Oh, brilliant! Thank you. I'll go and collect.
I was just going to say, though, Bev, one question is, how long will it take us to get hold of this Mary Lloyd?
Well, it's available from now, so I can go and collect it in possibly this weekend.
Yeah.
So, hi Bev, it's Helen here from.
Hello.
Yeah. So weirdly, I had a message this week from somebody from the area asking if we were going to wassail the orchard in Klein, and I sort of said, "Oh, don't think so." We've missed the boat now this year, haven't we? But could do it next year.
God, that would be absolutely fantastic if we could do that, because I heard you mention the Heritage Centre at Gower. They combine the wassail with the Marys. There's quite a selection of Marys come.
Yeah.
And do a that's it. It's absolutely amazing. I couldn't get to it this week because I've had this horrendous cough. But yeah, we could do some brilliant stuff in this area, and it would be fabulous. We could tie the two in, and it'd be really good fun.
Yeah, and of course we have the orchard in Oystermouth Woods as well.
Yeah, could do it in both.
So 2 orchards to do.
Yeah, we have to feed it cider, and we have to tie pieces of toast to the trees.
Sounds good. I'm sure we can manage that.
Fabulous.
Okay, then, thank you for that. So that Mary Lloyd.
Thank you, Bev.
Okay, thank you much for that, Bev. So then if we go on point 19, which is the One Voice Wales Annual General Meeting, the 21st of January, which is being held remotely. You've got the documentation in front of you. The recommendation is the council note the information. Any points anybody wants to raise before I go on to the... and then the council note...
Sorry, could I just say, this is really important.
Yeah.
There's some really important rule changes that need to be made by One Voice Wales, and if they don't have enough councils attending the meeting, they're not going to be able to make the changes. So, you know, we need to be absolutely sure that we have someone who can go and you know, put the votes forward, because you know, it's causing real major issues with One Voice Wales until we can get the rules changed.
Okay, thanks for that, Carrie. So with that in mind, can I put it to the council then? The council note the information. The council nominate one councillor at the meeting and one councillor as a substitute. Okay, who are we nominating to go to this meeting?
Was Carrie able to go?
Yeah, I was going to say, Carrie, are you able to go? Do you want to go?
I probably can, yes. There
Well, I
is
was
a
gonna say-
caveat that my daughter's about to have a baby tonight, so I might be in London. But if I could have a substitute just in case I'm not available, I'm sure I will be.
That's
But-
on the list. Is that one councillor?
Yeah.
So you are that councillor, and then have we got a substitute? Anybody wants to put the name forward?
Martin, 'cause you
Yeah,
haven't-
okay, I'll do it. There
Yeah,
we go.
because you know, if I get run over by a bus before Tuesday, then you know we'll need you to step in.
Yeah, well, let's do it, because I've been to the One Voice Wales meetings before. Yeah, so okay, Carrie.
Lovely, thank you.
Substitute. And then the nominated councillor read the motions of preparation for the meeting. Well, you've got those. I've got them here as well.
Yeah, I was actually on the committee that set them, so I'm quite familiar with them.
There you go. Okay, then, if that's the case, I thank you all very much for your input tonight.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you all. Have a
Thank you. Bye.
Okay.